Hello and welcome to Mystic Mage Messages. Today I'm going to be doing a reading. I just pulled these cards. We'll go through them and maybe pull some more as we need to for some clarification. So our first card here is health. And then we have look through the situation, shielding, and Mother Mary. So we have some of the clarification cards coming through each of these piles here. So I think these are the 4 areas that we really need to focus on right now is our health, looking through the situation, really carefully listening to what we're letting into our minds and examining our own lives, examining our relationships with our family, our friends, our careers, all that kind of thing. Shielding, this is very important here. This is paying attention to what you're focusing your attention on. Are you letting all the fear of what's coming through with the COVID virus and what's been going on since the beginning of 2020 really causing fear and worry inside of you? Or are you able to transcend that and take it for what it is, take the precautions that you need to, but also to focus on the benefits that we have at this time when we are able to go within ourselves and really examine our lives further. And here we also have Mother Mary. So it's quite apt at this time of year, I guess, with the Easter coming up. Mother Mary has a message for us. I'm thinking that pretty much all the angels do, especially if you're a light worker. You're going to be able to really kind of connect with her and her motherly love and the love of Mother Earth for us and really move forward in that. So let's take another look here at the health card. So what is it we're going to be looking at for a health card? We have Heal Away Addictions and Persephone. So this is quite interesting. The Persephone is pretty much spring. If you know the story of her, she was kidnapped by the god of the underworld, and her mother, Demeter, went into grief, and her 6 months of grief are what we have for winter, and Persephone comes out 6 months of spring and summer and gets to be reunited with her mother. So what we have here, we have healing addictions and Persephone together. I think this is speaking to the fact that we're really needing to focus on our own mental, physical, emotional, spiritual well-being at this time and break patterns of habits that are no longer good for us, no longer serve us, so that we can flourish and be in tune with spring and really bloom and share our gifts and develop positive, healthy relationships and love, mostly within ourselves to start with, and then share that with others and really break those habits that have been held in place for a long time that keep you back from being able to move forward. And looking through the situation, we have listen to your intuitive feelings and the dryads. So I think here what we have with listening to your intuitive feelings is getting more in touch with the feminine side, our feminine gifts, listening to our heart, listening to our bodies, listening to our instincts, and really incorporating that into how we do our day-to-day lives, not just with our minds, but incorporating these different forms of knowledge and using those to make decisions, how to interact with other people in a more positive way. And if we see here with the dryads, this card comes up fairly frequently. When I'm doing messages for lightworkers, you can see here that you have the central figure and all these little figures coming off, reminding us that we are all connected. So even if you're feeling alone at this time, and maybe people probably are being sequestered into their homes, we really are all connected in the great web of life, to each other, to Mother Earth, to the rest of creation. And if we look through here through the shielding, we have ear chakras and Meso-Goddess. This card, Meso-Goddess, speaks to the mind, really focusing and blooming positive thoughts. Ear chakra is the same thing. What is it you're focusing on? What is it you're directing your attention to? What are you listening to? What messages are you being open to? Maybe you need to do a little bit more shielding of what the information is coming in and try to find some of the positives in things that are happening right now for you. Being appreciative. I hear gratitude, like really trying to focus on the things that you can be grateful for, that you should be grateful for. Every day is a new day. We're still here on this earth if you're listening to this message. And the way forward is going to be one of change, but we don't need to be fearful of it. we can shape the future how we want, individually and collectively. And I think that's where we have Mother Mary coming in to talk with us today. She has, have you asked your angels for help with this? An initiation. So I think that's definitely speaking to a new cycle in human consciousness, the earth cycle. And for light workers in particular, you are being asked to help pave the way for the change in human consciousness as it's coming. So we really need to be focusing on connecting with higher consciousness, incorporating that, these other ways of knowing, and showing other people that it is possible, and helping hold the space for them to be able to do that. But generally overall, humanity is going to be moving forward into a new stage. Society is probably going to change a lot from here on in, and we can shape that either based in fear or love. So if we really need help overcoming our fears, we have the angels ready to help us with that, and they're going to take us into this new stage of initiation so that we are much more easily to connect to love rather than to fear when we're facing these challenges, both personally and collectively. Okay, let's see if there's anything through the Good Tarot that's going to come through to add any more to this. Let's give them a shuffle here. We have the Five of Fire. So as you can see, this, she has her butterfly wings here, like a crown, a red crown of flowers. There's butterflies floating around here. There's these illuminated flowers. So it's like she's kind of resting in this the state of change here. She's resting underneath these lights that are illuminating maybe some clarity for her, and she's just kind of being open and receiving and waiting before she moves forward. So I think that's where we're at right now, is we are being given an opportunity to rest and go within ourselves and receive guidance and engage with other forms of knowing that maybe we don't usually engage with. And there we have, oh, it fits in perfectly, 14, patience. So yeah, just we're still in this waiting game. We're going to be here for a while as we go inwards and really start doing some inward work and changing, and that is going to lead to some significant outer changes when we come out of our own inner growth at this time. And once the pandemic settles down and we were able to rejoin collectively, I think there's going to be a lot of changes happening. But we all have to be patient and embrace this time to go inward and then to come back up and really blossom, just like in the image of Persephone that we saw earlier. Okay. Here we have the Soma goddess from the Mystic Mystic Sisters messages. Soma goddess. And you see her here just kind of standing here blending with the mushrooms. So like this is a different form of consciousness. I think we're really being asked to connect with our inner knowings, our different ways of knowing, and different consciousnesses that want to come in at this time and support us. And then we have the Raven Goddess. So this is the spirit messenger. So again, yes, other forms of messages, other spirit animals that might want to be reaching out and talking with you, ancestors, past on loved ones, other messages from different forms of spirit that are coming through to connect and communicate with us at this time. And then the magical key. So if you see this key, it's being delivered by this dove to this woman who looks distressed, but she's holding her heart. So it's like she's finding this answer, this peace within herself. So that is really an important thing right now, is to be able to find peace and love within yourself during this time, and to be able to share that going forward in the world collectively and in your life personally, to be able to return to this place whenever you're feeling stressed or fear, to be able to find the peace within yourself. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the reading there. I hope you are all taking care and that you have a good rest of the day or night, whatever time of day it is for you. Bye-bye now.